Baltimore Ravens ready to start a run across the proverbial table. They're at home after a bye, taking on the Chicago Bears, who are close to calling Frank the Tank in.
Swift able to get free, cuts it back.
Not quite streaking through the quad just yet, but the Bears roll into Baltimore on a 4-game win streak. Star of the show and their offense the last 2 weeks, DeAndre Swift and his O-line for all the lanes they're opening up. Swift, 124 yards on 6.5 a carry versus New Orleans, a touchdown. So back-to-back games with 100-plus rush yards, 6.5-plus yards per carry in each, a touchdown in both games.
Into the end zone, touchdown Chicago.
Chicago's rush attack blazing in off a 222-yard day. Kyle Monangai with a career-high 81 yards and a touchdown. Nice 6.2 average for the rookie.
First down, Monangai into the secondary and down at the Saints' 44.
Those two gents, plus Jake Moody again, the primary fuel to Chicago's 26 Week 7 points, aided largely by their defense giving them the ball 4 times. They've scored 24-plus, though, in 5 of 6.
Moody's kick is good. 4 for 4 today, and it's 26-14.
Their ability to keep pounding the rock effectively versus Baltimore depends on if Roquan is healed up, among others. On paper, yes, Ravens giving up 4.7 per carry to running backs.
Good run as he bouncing off his own players.
Lots of yeah buts to their numbers due to the injury bug infestation they've dealt with. Been missing key guys most games, multiple at times, so just know their current digits are all rough in part because of that. No team has given up more than their 32 points per game, though, have stunk on third down and in the red zone.
Wide open, makes the catch, walks in, touchdown Rams.
There also has been some questions about their DC's management of things, so not all of its injuries. Secondary with only 1 interception, safety Kyle Hamilton and cornerback Marlon Humphrey have both missed games. Jair Alexander only played 2 games, allowing 246 yards per game passing, a rate of 108, all live in Oscar the Grouch receptacles.
Wide open inside the 20, he goes.
Haven't been able to get home to too many QBs. Nnamdi Madubuike only 2 games played. Kyle Van Noy missed a few. Only 8 sacks, below average pressure rate. Now they turn their sights on Caleb Williams. Only 1 sack taken versus New Orleans. Didn't help matters. Only 172 yards, no touchdowns. 1 INT, a low 60s rate versus a Saints secondary that's been as rough as Baltimore's. His roughest showing of 2025.
Down the sideline, intercepted!
Rome Odunze, 31 yards last week. Colston Loveland, 24. Luther Burden, 22. Cole Kmet, 16. DJ Moore, the only guy with 40-plus yards last week at 43.
Lands up in the arms of DJ Moore. And Moore breaking tackles inside the 20.
Again, Chicago has won their last 2 on the back of Swift, Moody, and takeaways. Bears with 3 versus Washington, 4 more versus New Orleans, only 1 red zone trip allowed, 14 points.
Rattler throws, it's deflected and intercepted by Edmonds. Tremaine Edmonds with the pick.
That's the second time they've held an opponent under 24 this season. One would assume Lamar is back. The Bears are like, that's not fair. We want Cooper Rush. Instead, it's a healed and rested Jackson. Ravens offense 24 per game for the year, 32 per game when Jackson started.
Now on third down, Andrews, diving catch, touchdown Ravens.
Lamar may have only gone 1-3 before getting hurt, but Chicago's secondary draws the quarterback with the best rating in the league. 130 is Cartman Fat, leads the NFL in yards per completion, 10 touchdowns, only 1 pick.
And Lamar, he's able to throw that thing perfectly. Wow.
Baltimore's quarterbacks, 20 sacks taken, so over 3 per game for them, taking a sack on 11% of their pass attempts, only a few teams worse.
In some trouble, here comes Jared Verse, and he's got him.
Bears pass rush has lacked teeth in most of their games, only 8 sacks prior to last week, and then bam, bagged up Spencer Rattler 4 times, 3 off blitzes, 1 from Montez Sweat.
Ball is out, he fumbled, and it's recovered by Chicago. Montez Sweat.
Chicago's secondary was giving up a 100-plus rate before Rattler, 3 INTs later, and they got it down into the mid-90s at least, so played the pass better compared to their body of work.
And instead it's intercepted by Kevin Byard.
Did give up up 230-plus yards, 79 to tight end Jawan Johnson, 98 and 2 touchdowns allowed to Chris Olave. They sort of spaced back-to-back drives. Only one Ravens pass catcher averaging more than 30 yards per game, Zay Flowers, the guy who you can expect to eat 70 yards per game, close to 6 catches per contest.
Oh, somehow Flowers caught it. He's got a first down. How in the world did that get to him?
Rashad Bateman, just 20 yards per game. D-Hop is chipped in with close to 30. Mark Andrews in that same territory.
Second down, quick throw over the middle, and an immediate tackle to Andrews.
The ground game, of course, in Derrick Henry's hands most of the time, hitting at 77 per contest, 5 per carry, 4 touchdowns. Just hasn't always been the focal point in their games.
Quick one is going to Derrick Henry, right up the gut. Derrick Henry running through Rams and down to the 15.
Lamar, close to 8 yards per attempt, 41 rush yards per game.
Jackson, there he goes. First down.
Bears didn't face many Saints runs, just 17. 11 by Alvin Kamara, held him to 2.5 an attempt, 5.3 per carry allowed to running backs big picture, though they've played the last 2 well.
Not going to get there. Stopped by Montez Sweat, and it's fourth down.
Not much history between the flock and bear down. Chicago with a 4-3 lead overall. The last 2 times they beat them, both in overtime, the most recent 2017.
Regulation ended with the score knotted at 24. With 5:40 left in overtime, the offense broke the huddle at its own 7-yard line.
Give it to Jordan Howard. Howard off the left side. Tries to break. He does break a tackle and gets to the corner. There goes Jordan Howard to midfield. Jordan Howard sneaks out of the pile and gets a big chunk of change. Some nifty footwork in the pocket by Trubisky. Bought him a moment in a window. 24-all with 2:11 to go in overtime for the win. Kick up by Bart. The kick is good. Bears have won it in Baltimore.